Welcome to the Brexit, sir. Eurostar's boss said an app designed to reduce delays for British citizens crossing the English Channel will not be ready in time for the new EU border system. From October, non-EU citizens will have to register their fingerprints and a photo at the border under the much-delayed entry-exit system EES. The software should allow tourists to do this remotely and save British travellers from queuing. However, Eurostar CEO Gwendolyn Cazenave said the rail company was preparing for checks at stations as the app would not be available in time. The passport stamp is replaced by EES, and the aim is to ensure greater control over who enters and leaves the EU. However, there have been numerous warnings of long queues forming at the port of Dover, Eurostar and Eurotunnel terminals as passengers take more time to complete initial registration. Checks are carried out at these locations by the French border police when people leave the UK. And according to Ms. Cazenave, Eurostar has begun setting up over 30 kiosks in St. Pancras ahead of the switch to EES in the autumn. The epidemic led to a sharp decline in Eurostar's passenger and revenue figures, but by the end of the year, the cross-channel rail company had returned to pre-COVID levels. And up to 2 million travelers are expected at the Summer Olympics in Paris. The Olympic teams from Belgium, the Netherlands and Germany are partners of Eurostar even. Sales of London-Paris tickets were 3 times higher than average when they went on sale in November, according to Ms. Cazenave. She explained that although the cost of a Eurostar ticket was higher than a plane ticket, it was still not the same service as trains took passengers straight to the heart of cities. And there is a desire for eco-friendly travel, as she says. The key is to organize the flow of customers through the station, have as many employees as possible, and offer customers as much space as possible for a smooth border crossing, she explained. Although the EU had stated that EES would be rolled out without the app, Eurostar's CEO claimed that the software would streamline operations and that they are sure they will deploy it soon. Prior to Brexit, the UK's membership in the European Union meant frictionless travel for Eurostar passengers. No longer part of the EU, the UK now enforces border checks, significantly impacting Eurostar travel in several ways. One major consequence is the additional time needed for passport checks. While it may only take around 50 seconds per person, this seemingly minor delay can significantly impact boarding times, especially during peak travel periods. Imagine hundreds of passengers each needing an additional check. It can quickly snowball into delays. And these extended processing times also have a knock-on effect on station capacity. Key stations like London St. Pancras can handle fewer passengers per hour compared to pre-Brexit times. And this reduced capacity can lead to longer queues and potentially even daily delays, significantly impacting the efficiency that Eurostar was once known for. And these delays aren't merely inconvenient for passengers. The reduced capacity also has negative commercial consequences for Eurostar. The company has had to cut back on its timetable and raise prices to remain financially viable. And this situation isn't sustainable in the long term, and it puts a strain on previously smooth and efficient travel service. The CEO of Eurostar, Jacques Demas, has pointed out that these complications have left the company in a precarious position, hindering its ability to grow and operate at pre-Brexit levels. And beyond the immediate issues, Brexit also raises concerns about the future of Eurostar. The company relies heavily on smooth and efficient border crossing to maintain its competitive edge. The current situation discourages ridership and makes it difficult for Eurostar to plan for future growth. And this could potentially lead to a permanent reduction in service, impacting not just travelers, but also the wider European travel network. The UK and the EU are currently negotiating on some travel arrangements, but the outcome remains really uncertain. And until a more streamlined system is implemented, Eurostar faces an uphill battle in regaining its pre-Brexit efficiency and competitiveness. And in essence, Brexit has fundamentally altered the landscape for Eurostar travel, introducing complexities and delays that were previously absent. And this disrupts the travel experience for passengers, creating longer queues and waiting times, and creates commercial challenges for the company itself, forcing them to reduce service and raise prices. The long-term effects of Brexit on Eurostar remain to be seen, but it's clear that the once seamless travel experience has been significantly impacted, with potential consequences for the future of the service itself. But a message from London also caused some shaking of heads that is not related to Brexit, because the London police once again had to apologize. First, they expelled a Jew with a yarmulke from the area of demonstration against the Gaza war, and then also made an unfortunate statement. The handling of a visibly Jewish man on the sidelines of a pro-Palestinian demonstration in London has forced the city's police to make an unusual clarification. Being Jewish is not a provocation. That was said in a statement published on X, in which the police also apologized. The campaign against anti-Semitism had previously released a video showing an incident that occurred on Saturday last week. Gideon Falter, head of the organization, can be seen on the sidelines of the demonstration that has been taking place every Saturday in London for months. Falter wears a suit and a yarmulke so he can be recognized as a Jew. What he doesn't wear or have pinned, an Israeli flag or other signs that he might be a supporter of Israel. The activist then discusses with the police officer and some of his colleagues. And finally, the police officer asks Falter and his companion to leave the area accompanied by the police, saying it's a breach of the peace. If Falter refuses, the police officer threatens he will be arrested. After the video was published, the police responded with a statement to, although unintentional, upset many people. Falter says in the video that he just wanted to cross the street on which the demonstrators were traveling. In the video, you can see a police officer stepping in Falter's way and not letting him pass. "You are openly Jewish. This is a pro-Palestinian march," explains the police officer. "I don't want to accuse you in any way, but I am worried about the reaction to your presence." But he then goes on to say, "In recent weeks we have observed the trend of counter-demonstrators presenting their views along the route. The fact that they often film themselves suggests that they know that their presence is a provocation, that they are generating reactions and increasing the likelihood of confrontations. And this also makes it more likely that officers will intervene." The CEA described this police statement as pathetic victim blaming. According to a report in The Guardian, the British Home Secretary James Cleverly wrote to the London police. And a few hours later, the police released another statement in which they retracted their initial statements and clarified being Jewish is not a provocation. The British Home Office did not comment on Cleverly's letter because it was supposed to be a private communication. However, in a statement on Saturday, the ministry reiterated that simply being Jewish, as with any other religion or skin color, should never be viewed as provocative. In addition, everyone, regardless of their religion, should have the freedom to live their life and feel safe. But it was something that was still worth to mention, and that's why I added it in this video. And if you want to see another, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.